Let's now take a look at some political news. And KANU Secretary General Nick Salat is fighting to stave off the backlash from some KANU party members over his presence and remarks at the Bomas of Kenya yesterday during the unveiling of the opposition National Super Alliance strategy. Salat defended his meeting with the opposition leaders at Bomas, saying the Independence Party cannot sit back and watch as political parties realign ahead of the polls. Patrick Amimo has more.
Chama cha KANU nikiwa katibu mkuu. Tuko ndani kabisa, ndani.
The KANU Secretary General's remarks at the Bomas of Kenya, where the opposition leadership made a deal to field a joint candidate, were immediately dismissed by a section of KANU leaders. In a statement, Senator Zipporah Kitonyi said, and I quote, "KANU supports the idea in its formative stage of opposition unity, and the resolve by the opposition leaders to field one presidential candidate is a milestone for Kenya's growing democracy." The remarks made by Nick Salat are his personal sentiments and do not reflect in any way the position of the party on the matter of an election coalition at this juncture, end of quote. Though West Pokot Senator John Lonyangapuo supports Kitonyi, Nick Salat maintains his ground.
We do not associate ourselves with the sentiments that were presented by Mr. Salat. And I want to ask all our supporters can never be misled by those sentiments.
I don't report to Lonyangapuo, Senator Lonyangapuo. Neither do I report to nominated Senator Mama Zipporah Kitonyi. There are structures I report to. First, I report to the chairman, I report to NEC, and I report to the National Delegates Governing Council and the National Delegates Conference. And I'm supposed to have something to present before all those organs of the party. And this is the time we prepare to go into an election. So how do I go before all those organs of the party if I have nothing to report?
CODCO Principal Moses Wetangula delved into the dilemma of KANU in opposition unity.
A legitimate office holder of KANU in the name of the Secretary General was not only with us yesterday, but was on the streets of Nairobi when we were being bombed and tear-gassed in the war against the structures of IEBC. And when the outcome arrived for IEBC to go home, nobody stood up to say, can we evaluate the role of KANU? They were part of the process.
A section of KANU officials from Elgeyo Marakwet, Wasnigishu and Nandi claimed Salat consulted them ahead of the Bomas meeting and they gave him their blessings. However, Senator Lonyangapuo says Salat should be punished for his remarks.
Before the end of this week, leadership of KANU, national leadership of KANU will be meeting, and for which we will know what disciplinary measures will be meted upon this member who chose to go and speak his views, purporting to emanate from everybody.
He needs to write a letter to me, which I'll forward to the chairman on that meeting. I'm not aware of any meeting that's happening. He knows the procedure of calling a meeting, and it would be interesting to know what I'm being disciplined about, because I know he has also been meeting others, but I've never gone to the press or gone on social media or gone to the press and say, I know Lonyangapuo has been talking to so and so. I don't do that. I want him to give us a report of the people he's been meeting. If it's better than where I am, then we discuss.
As for the case of KANU, we leave it to them to decide whether they wholly want to join us or not.
Though KANU signed a post-election deal with the ruling Jubilee administration, it refused to dissolve when other affiliate parties were directed to fold. What is KANU's game plan as it courts both government and opposition?
It will not be for KANU just to support blindly or that easy. We have to also make sure that our interest is catered for in any outfit, which I'll bring, because I have to also bring back something to report to the organs of the party and to convince them that it is in our best interest to join up with NASA. And I'd expect anybody else who is talking to Jubilee to bring the same. But I'm not seeing anything, because Jubilee is locked. It's got its honors. And we're not going to collapse KANU.
Patrick Amimo, KTN News.